You know, it was bound to happen, and we finally got confirmation that a big hit PlayStation 5 exclusive game is coming to Xbox Series X and S, and you know what? It's about time. It's one that was rumored for quite a while, and this was a game that was realistically also a Game of the Year nominee not too long ago. So yeah, you could definitely see that there's a little bit of salt in the air. We had a little bit of the FTC stuff wrap up earlier, and so now we're on to other news. Hopefully we get a resolution to that sooner rather than later. I would love to see it come out on top for Xbox, but at the same time, I realize that, you know, sometimes things don't always work out the way you want it to. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens there. But according to this anyway, I thought this was very, very interesting. It looks like Stray is coming to Xbox in August. An ESRB rating for the Xbox version was spotted last month, and I remember I did a video about it. So the critically acclaimed platformer, which stars a small nameless cat, will come to Xbox on August 10th, so we're not that long away from it. This news had been expected after an entertainment software ratings board rated that unannounced Xbox version of the game. It was spotted in May. Published by Annapurna Interactive and developed by small French studio Blue 12, Stray was critically acclaimed when it released on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC in July 2022. The game has players taking control of a stray cat in a post-apocalyptic world after falling down a hole into a walled city. Now, the cat has to find a way back to the surface while also interacting with the city's robotic residents. When it launched on PC, Stray comfortably became Annapurna's biggest release of the platform to date, with over 62,000 concurrent players. And Stray would also go on to become the second highest rated game on Steam in 2022, behind only Vampire Survivors, which is a Xbox console exclusive right now, and I think that one's in Game Pass as well, although I haven't played it. It's also been nominated for numerous awards and won a number of them too, including Best Debut at the Game Developers Choice Awards and Best Independent Game and Best Debut Indie Game at the Game Awards 2022. But also in the Game Awards 2022, it was in fact up for Game of the Year. So I'm not, I'm not going to go ahead and say that it was a weak year. I mean, it wasn't the strongest year, but, you know, again, the fact that it was up for Game of the Year at all, I think was pretty damn impressive. Now, according to this, the Stray review called it one of Annapurna's best releases to date. It's a masterclass in environmental design with one of the most engrossingly detailed game worlds they've ever explored. Like its protagonist, it's a little on the short side, but that's what's here to stay with you for a long time in terms of game and gameplay. So yeah, really cool to see that. I know a lot of people are like, okay, well, didn't we know that? I mean, there was like the ESRB stuff, but we didn't know for sure, and now we know for sure, August 10th. So a little bit more than a month away. I think that's pretty cool. And, you know, again, the fact that this game is finally coming to Xbox, I think that's good. I tell people, and I tell them over and over again, and this goes for the Xbox fans too, right? It's why I don't count the third-party stuff. Even if you do think that that stuff's going to stay exclusive forever, it rarely does in this day and age, right? There's going to come a point where it probably won't be. And so that's the point where I kind of go, okay, well, look, these things are going to go everywhere. There's no sense in bragging about it. Listen, I know a lot of people liked, and I'll give you plenty of examples, and you don't have to be a prognosticator to think this way or to understand this, okay? So Tunic, right? That was a really highly rated Xbox Game Pass Day 1 game. I think it was like high 80s rated, really well received. And I told people, I was like, don't put that in your list. It's going to PlayStation. It's going to go everywhere. It's a small developer. You know, same thing with like Sifu. It's going to go everywhere. Stray, same thing. This Scorn game, even though I didn't play it because I knew it was going to be terrible. But again, like you knew it was going to be everywhere. And so there was no sense in, you know, getting worked up over it or trying to say it's an exclusive. Even stuff on, like, I wouldn't even count out some of this Final Fantasy stuff, right? I think that relationship can be worked up, and I think that people would be probably surprised to see that, you know, Microsoft can work something out with them, with Square, right? Unless Sony buys them, I definitely could see, you know, those games coming to Xbox at some point. Again, I think that would be pretty cool. So again, to kind of recap, officially confirmed that the PlayStation mega hit Stray is finally coming to Xbox consoles on August 10th. Actually, it's coming to Xbox One as well. So if you're an Xbox One owner, hey, you can play it. Originally launched back in July of last year, a huge success on PC and Xbox, or excuse me, PlayStation. and from a graphical standpoint, it looks really good. So yeah, and this there's another review as well that gave it an 8 out of 10 here. But yeah, it scored pretty well. Everybody's saying pretty nice things about it, which I think is cool. And you know, at the end of the day, I think we'll have to kind of wait and see what's going on with more games, right? But like Stalker 2, that kind of stuff, I think honestly it just behooves us all to kind of chill. And like I think that game's going to come to PlayStation for sure at some point. You know, just it makes sense. Like these developers can work on a certain game, a certain length of time, and eventually those games are going to end up going kind of everywhere, in my opinion. So you know, we'll see what happens. I think this is cool that more people are going to get to play this game. Hopefully people go out and support it. It doesn't look like it's going to be on Xbox at launch, so I know that could be probably a bit of a bummer for some people, but you know, hey, if it's good, why not go ahead and check it out, see what's up, maybe get some kind of idea about what's going on with the game. And I think that's kind of what everybody's looking forward to, in my opinion anyway. So we'll see what happens. Again, I'm excited by this, and I think a lot of people should be excited by it as well. And again, I keep saying this because just as I say this, that Scorn game that was Xbox exclusive, although I thought that game always looked horrible, that game is coming to PlayStation. So yeah, and I would assume that Kena Bridge of Spirits game at some point is going to come to Xbox as well. So it's always kind of fun to see how this stuff works out. But you know, we'll wait and see what happens. I can't wait to see what happens in the future with this. Microsoft is locking down a lot of content, and you know, eventually this stuff was bound to go, I think, everywhere anyway. So you know, at the end of the day, we'll see what's up. You know, I'm excited for it, and I'm sure, you know, a lot of people out there are probably excited to play, you know, with these games. You know, like this is one of those ones that I think Xbox fans really kind of wanted to dive into and get a chance to play. And you know, it was a lot of hype, but again, was it a lot of hype at the time because, you know, it was kind of a lull, like we didn't have a lot to play, or is it because it was a genuinely good game? I mean, it definitely received good ratings and things like that. So, you know, I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. But are you excited for a chance to play Stray? Are you going to pick it up? Are you looking forward to playing it? Maybe let me know what you guys think down below. You can hit me up on Twitter or Xbox Live, or you know, whatever, and I would be very appreciative to get some feedback. Again, seems like we're in a downward spiral on the channel. You know, hopefully we can pull out of it. We'll see what happens, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up, and as always, rack 'em up. Crap gamer out.